Okay, this is yet another installment of strange board games that I own. This one I also got from a secondhand store, and it's a little racy. I was going to suggest that this is one of the more embarrassing board games that I own in my collection, but that's not true, as you'll see with other board games I'm about to show you. But this one is all about bumps and grinds. It's a stripping game. I guess it was probably one of those quote-unquote stag games. I got it at a secondhand store. I'm very pleased to have it. You won't believe what's inside, including a candle and a candle holder. Wait, you'll see. To set the mood. So here you go. This is the cover art. And sure, great. I have no particular issue with strip clubs and burlesque dancing, but this is a little exploitative, and you're going to see why. So inside this box, and here is the cover, and you can see it's a very 50s, 60s, early 60s scene with a fully clothed man and a scantily clad women. And you can just imagine the purchasers thinking, when they're purchasing this game. So I will open the box contents. You'll be shocked and surprised to see what's inside. So this is the rule set. Rule book is too ambitious. It's not a rule book. It's a typed out, almost typewriter, very informal looking thing. Number of players, 2 or more. Bumps and grinds should be played by candlelight only, with drinks and mixes close at hand. So you want alcohol close by, I guess. Each player begins the game with a drink and a pawn on the square Start Here. The player with the blue pawn begins the game by throwing the dice and moving accordingly. This player must do what is indicated on the square, i.e., if the player lands on Tomcat or Pussycat, he or she takes the appropriate card and follows the instructions. So I think you're starting to get the picture here. Here are the fantastic looking rules. You can see that it's very, very informal seeming. Not a lot of production value there, but the board, it's a little crunchy, is right here. I'm just going to back up to show you the entirety of the board if I can. And you can see that there it is, same as the cover art. So again, a little crunchy. This thing has never been touched. So whomever had this never had a romantic evening by the fireside with a candle. And you can see right here, there are a number of things, yellow strip, Tomcat or Pussy card. And I think the real star of the show here is the cards themselves. So you can see that there are 2 slots. There's the Tomcat and the Pussycat. And the candle is meant to go on the board, not a fire hazard at all. And wait till you see the candle holder. It's a lot of fun. But here is the board of this very, very strange board game. And you can see here's the full entirety of the board. Okay, I'm going to set that to one side. And this is the real star of the show. This is the weirdest thing I have ever seen in a board game. So what you have is what appears to be almost like a cat food tin can lid. You can actually hear it. This has never been opened, and I'm loath to open it myself. It looks like it was just stapled here. This is a can lid. So they were cutting some costs, and you can see there's a plastic wrapped red candle here and player pieces that have literally never ever been touched by human hands except for when they were packed. So that's that. Now, I'm going to read you some of the cards. I'm going to start with the Pussycat cards. And one is Cover Up Jackie. On future stops, strip 1 article of clothing. So this is essentially strip poker, but the board game edition. Pussycats, strip 1 article of clothing. Tomcats, take a drink. Take 1 false modesty card from any player and return to deck. You may buy a kiss from any player for 1 article. So here are some of the never ever been used Pussycat cards. And here's some of the great options you have available to you. So this is again the board game version of, I guess, strip poker. And you've got these Pussycat cards right here. Strange stuff. Now, let's take a look at the Tomcat cards. And again, these have never been separated, never been used. And so in this case, similar, you may put any article of clothing back on. That's unfair. These are for the men, presumably. Do a no-no. I have no idea what that means. Pussycats need to take a drink. You need to tell a joke. Pussycat strip one article of clothing. I'm starting to sense a theme here that the women have to take off their clothes, but the men get to put them back on, presumably. The odds seem stacked against women in this game. I wonder why. The player of your choice, strip one article of clothing. So that's the Tomcat cards. There's the back, never been played. And there's the front. Weird stuff. Okay, and here we go. Here's a little bit more. This is a little more distressed looking. And it says preparations. Place decks of cards in the candle on the corresponding spots marked on the board and select the marker of your choice. Lights and candle at the game, which is not a sentence that makes sense. Drinks and mixes should be close at hand. They want to emphasize that point yet again. Fascinating stuff. The following squares are safeties throughout the game. Tomcat Lane, bumps and grinds. There's a number of spaces where you're safe, I guess. And land on squares marked with the names Dina, Fran, etc. The player is temporarily safe until a Tomcat of Pussycat, so I think they mean or, limits the covering up of that square with cards. Very, very interesting, and again, just one-sided. And those are the rules, and they're a little more distressed, but still in pretty decent shape. You can see right here. So thanks so much for tuning in. This was yet another installment of my odd, idiosyncratic board game collection. I have a lot of board games. This one's a weird one, but there are more. Stay tuned. There'll be more episodes like this one. This one is a very fascinating slice of history. It was released in 1967, and it is a weird one. One that embarrasses my family, but I find it hilarious, so I'm keeping it. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, give it a like, share it with a friend, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate you tuning in. Thanks a lot.